No, we're going. Bye.
Hey, welcome everybody to DBC Inc. Facebook Live on Thursday. It is a special edition today because it is a book birthday. That's right. These are our favorite ones, book birthdays. And I am here with two people. One of them is a very special guest, but one of them is my co-host always, Tara Martin. Hi, Tara. How you doing?
Hey, Dave. Good to be here. So excited about this project. I cannot wait.
Absolutely, yes. Hey, listen, as you tune in and join us, please throw your name over in the comments. Let us know where you are watching from. We love to see who's here watching with us. Love to see how many different parts of the country and how many different countries we are reaching. So please throw your name in over there. I already see one, Tamara Letter. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it. So good to see you in here. And I guess kind of without too much further ado, I have to introduce our special guest because it is a super big, important day, and it is the book release of Phenomenal Teacher. And I am pleased to be joined by Annick Rauch. Hi, Annick.
Hi, thanks so much, you guys. I'm so excited. Like, even just seeing that little picture of my book on the side of the screen there is like surreal. I can't believe it. I can't believe today is here.
Absolutely. Well, we are very pumped up about this project. It's awesome. We know there are an incredible amount of teachers who are also moms, and this book is directed right for you, for people who are feeling a little overwhelmed with juggling all the different things of life. And this is just filled with so many practical ideas and strategies. It's amazing. And so the subtitle is Pursue Your Dreams and Still Bring or Be Your Best Self at work and at home. And so, Annick, what is it that made you decide that you wanted to pitch us this book?
Oh my gosh. I think the biggest part for me was I've been blogging for many, many years now, and it's always the blogs that are raw, vulnerable, where I share things that I'm going through as a teacher and a mom, struggles, because those two roles are really, really hard, that resonate with people the most. It's like, that's where I get the most engagement, and people are like, thank God I'm not going through this alone, like me too. And I just think that we should never feel like we're going through any of it alone. Like, we've got this community of people that will support us if we're just willing to share with them. And really though, like, I started blogging because I needed it, and it just so happened that it was helping others in the process. So I just thought, well, if I put all these lessons I've learned together in a book, maybe it will be helpful to other people, and we can create this community of people that can support one another and accomplish so much more than we even thought we could. So
Yeah. So, Tara, when I hear her say that about that, when she started to share some of her journey, she realized also, like, oh, there's lots of other people that are kind of on this journey too. That resonated with me with some stuff that you've mentioned to me in the past as well, about when you were kind of you're most vulnerable with sharing some of your recent like health issues and things like that. All of a sudden, your direct messages inbox is filled with people going like, oh my gosh, that happened to me, or I had some hysterectomy issues, I had this happen to me, or this. And you realize like, oh, there's lots of people going through stuff that we don't even know until we open up and share.
So true. And I think about that Brene Brown quote that I heard on one of her podcasts, I think a couple years ago, when she was talking about doing a study of what made people feel the sense of belonging. And she thought it would be, like religion, maybe religion, like they were looking at all these different things that kind of made people feel that sense of belonging. And it turned out that what was the key piece to helping others feel like as if they belong was vulnerability. And I couldn't agree more. And I think that's what Annick is saying, as she shares these stories in Phenomenal, people realize that they also that they feel like their feelings and their what they're going through is validated. And so it gives you this encouragement to just keep going, because you can see that someone else has come out of it before. And if you're in the middle of it, it's so nice when somebody, like in the middle of the hysterectomy scares, it was so nice to see people on the other side of it. I'm like, whew, I might actually live, through all these craziness,
Yeah.
and I think that's just what I'm most excited about with this book is that people are going to get their hands on it, Nick, and they're really going to be just validated for being a mom and also chasing dreams and being an amazing teacher because you have shared your journey and it's helping them through theirs.
That is the hope. Thanks, Tara.
So I think another key element of this is that this is not one of those things, because I know, Nick, one of the things that you've faced many times is people saying like, oh my God, like first of all, for people that don't know you, let's go back to this. Tell us where you live, what you do, and kind of your family situation so we can kind of bring that home.
Right. Okay. So I am a first grade French immersion teacher in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. And my family situation that you speak of is that I have 4 boys, 13, almost 11, and 9 times 2. And so I'm very, very, very busy. And people that know kind of like what my situation is working full time and having these 4 boys, they always ask how in the world you do all that you do.
I still wonder that.
and some of these things that they're talking about is other than the teaching and the also that like you're a blogger, you're on social media, you're a runner. Done how many half marathons are we up to now?
Oh, putting me on the spot. I don't know, maybe 5, 6. I'd have to go count my medals upstairs. I don't know.
Multiple half marathoners.
Yeah.
So an active runner, does half marathons and just runs in general. Does fitness stuff, blogging, working, all the mom stuff, all the things, juggling them all. And so I think to me, one of the key pieces of the book is that what you're not saying is, yeah, like I do all these things and I've got it all pulled together. What's wrong with you? It's kind of the opposite of that, right? It's kind of like, hey, trust me, what you see maybe on social media is not, I don't have this all pulled together. I'm struggling too. I'm having issues. I've gone through some things. I've taken a leave before. I've done like all these, and here are the things that have helped me along this really, really hard journey.
Yeah. And as a matter of fact, like even just the last 2 weeks have been super hard on me and I can't quite pinpoint what is stressing me out so bad. I know that there's a few things, but even now, like I've read my manuscript so many times going through the editing process. And it's like I wrote this book of lessons, and I read it over and I was like, oh my God, yeah. Like
I need that.
I've heard this already. Why am I not doing this?
So I'm gonna tell you something funny about that is that we've, in the process of getting ready for this book to launch, we've connected about the date, like what dates are going to come out and what's next step and like all these kind of different things like this. And you have mentioned to me feeling overwhelmed a little bit of this, and like every single part of me has been sort of like, I want to say like, maybe you should look at your book. But I don't want to say that because when people say that to me, it's infuriating. I'll say something like, I just can't get my podcast out. Like, it's not right and all this stuff. Like, and then someone will say like, hey, didn't you say you have to overcome the fear of perfectionism and just ship things to the world? And I went to your workshop and you seem to think that it was just a matter of like, and they say all the lines that I say in my workshop and in my book, they say back to me. And when they say them back to me, it's really annoying.
Right.
It's like when your children turn your words back on you. They're like, they give you your advice again. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
dang.
Yeah.
Guess I'm going to take it now.
Yeah,
I do love, Annick, I would love to share a little bit about some, the structure of the book and the strategy. There's like actual practical things people can do. So I'd love for you to elaborate a little bit. If you've not picked up the book or you haven't ordered it yet, tell us a little bit about the structure of it.
Sure. So as you all know, I am a very busy mom and teacher. And so my hope in writing this book was to make it manageable for busy moms to read and to get something out of. So the way I structured it is 21, and it sounds like a lot, but 21 super short chapters. And each chapter is a lesson that I've learned. And I'm not here to claim that I've figured it out and that I have all the answers. This is just what I've learned so far and what has worked for me, and hopefully will help somebody else. But I just kept it short, and then you know exactly based on the title of the chapter what the lesson is all about. And you don't even necessarily need to read it in order. Like if you're struggling with boundaries, go to the boundaries chapter. If you're struggling with guilt, which we all do as moms and teachers, go to the guilt chapter. And so that's just kind of how I've made it short so that you can pick it up and read it, even if you've got 5 minutes before you go to bed. And at the end of every chapter, there's these little tips and tricks of things that hopefully will help you to reflect or put things in practice so that you can benefit from the lesson I've learned.
I love it.
I love
I'm
that.
super
That's so
excited about
fantastic.
this book. It's
Yeah.
different than any other books that we have. Well, we don't have a single book like this for moms, but I love the structure of it. That is the little tiny short chapters. And I also really appreciate that, like, you can find just in the table of contents, you're like, okay, this is where I'm at right here. So I have 5 minutes. I don't have to wait until I get to that piece or worry if I'm going to get to the piece that resonates with me. I'm just going to go straight there and read that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that brings up a little story that I'll share, and people can see this in the front of the book, but there has been a few advanced copies that went out for to get testimonials, blurbs. And actually, that's one of the things that Tracy Browder, who is a upcoming DBC Inc. books author, said is, I thought that was super insightful. She said that she felt kind of seen and validated after just reading the chapter titles.
Mm-hmm.
I literally just read the chapter titles and was just like, yes, like I feel better inside already. Like I feel seen. And so that was kind of an interesting insight.
Yeah. Well, I think that moms and teachers kind of have all these things that they're feeling that's kind of typical for us to feel overwhelmed and to feel like we need to be everything to everyone to our own detriment sometimes. And I just, like, that's not true. And I struggle with it still. Like the last 2 weeks, I felt a lot of guilt and went through some challenges, and I had to remind myself, I need to take care of me so that I can take better care of those around me too. So,
hey, did I hear a little bit of Canada slip into that answer? Did you say mums?
what did I say?
Mums.
Mums?
Mums? What's wrong with mums?
I think I felt I heard a
Moms.
little the Canadian dialect slip in there. That's interesting. Okay.
They took all the U's out of my manuscript. It's an American publishing.
Yeah. Never have more U's never been removed from a manuscript in the history of the world.
Cut about 50,000 characters just in the U's.
Yeah, exactly. Lost about 20 pages in this book. Made it much more manageable for all of you.
Yes.
Hey, so there's another thing I want to address with the book. And we've been talking about that. It's called Phenomenal Teacher, and it is directed for teaching moms in education. But I have a secret, and the secret is that if you are just feeling overwhelmed at work and life and juggling all sorts of lots of things, whether you're a mom or not, this is going to be a book that's highly useful for you. So the stories are drawn from Annick and her life as a mom with her children and all of this, right? But really, the practical strategies work whether you're a dad, whether you don't have children, whether you are just have multiple jobs going on, whether you have whatever it might be. Really, the strategies are for everybody.
Right. And if nothing else, which I think it's helpful for everyone, but it's also, I'm hoping, will help people who are not moms to understand maybe a little bit more what we are dealing with on the daily. And as teachers, same thing, like our plates are so full. And that was one realization through the pandemic for me, was the whole world just didn't understand our reality. And the whole reason why is because no one had ever told them, like, who is talking about it. So hopefully this helps in that respect too.
Yeah, for sure.
I like that. And it reminds me too of some of our other books that we've had, like She Leads. So many men read that book and was so grateful that they could begin to understand from a woman leader's perspective, and I think that's the same with this book. If you're a dad or if you aren't a mom yet, just understanding and being able to be empathetic from another perspective is always so helpful and insightful. But the best part about this book is while you're reading it just to get someone else's perspective, you might actually gain great insight for your own self because the strategies are so applicable for all.
Right.
It's a win-win.
Win-win-win. Yeah.
So Nick, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have this book birthday and the book has arrived to the author and to us, and we're maybe holding it up and like, oh my gosh, look at this. And so people can see how beautiful the book is down below. But so I'm curious, I know the book is going to arrive to you believe on Saturday.
Yep. Saturday is
your first physical copy. And so looking kind of forward to that moment of that package being delivered and open it and pulling out this actual physical object with your name on it. And it's like your book, which is a bucket list item for a huge percentage of people in the world. Like, what do you think that's going to feel like to actually hold your book in your hands?
Oh, I don't know. I actually had to tell my husband last night. We were sitting on the couch. I was like, do not open any Amazon packages from here on out because I don't want you to accidentally open my book for the first time. I don't know. It just all feels so surreal still. Like, I was super busy today teaching. So I kind of posted on socials this morning before I got out of bed and then wasn't able to interact with anything until I got home from work. And there's like, I've been interacting with people who've been sharing and writing kind messages about my book. And like, how come it still doesn't feel real? I don't know. So is pulling that book out of the Amazon package going to be the moment where I'm like, wow, yeah, like I did it. I'm an author. I don't know. Guess we'll see.
Yeah. So there's kind of multiple moments, I think. I think that is one of the big moments is when you actually hold it in your hands and like flip through it for the first time and go like, oh my God, like this actually is a physical, real book. Mm-hmm. So I think that's one of the moments. I think also one of the cool moments is when you start to see like the first posts of like other people getting your book too.
Right.
That's a big moment when someone like says, look what arrived. And like you see a picture on social media of the book. That's why we always encourage people, like, when the book arrives to you, send pictures. That's a big moment for an author when they see their book arrive to you. So share that moment. That always brings joy. And then there's another surreal moment too, is the first time someone comes up to you with your book and asks for your signature in there. And then you're like, open it up and put a little message in and sign. You're like, I am signing a book. This is wild.
Right. I think that another aha moment for me was when the endorsements started coming in. I was like, oh, did I actually write something of value? Like, people are actually liking this and are finding it beneficial and can relate and are feeling seen. That was a huge moment for me too. So yeah. I'm here for all of the moments, and I'm just, okay, can I show you something?
Yes.
Of course.
It's my book birthday. I can do what I want, right?
Exactly.
Yes. Okay, so I may not have the book. However, look what I have.
Oh, love it.
Isn't that so pretty?
That is amazing. I love that.
One.
Yeah. So I was wearing it today. I wore it today at school. And so a few people commented on it. And by the end of the day, it was warm because Winnipeg. And so I took off my sweater and ta-da, there's a t-shirt that's the same underneath. So
I love it. I love it. We need to get our hands on one of those, Dave. Dave's a walking billboard.
I am a walking billboard. I'll always wear author swag whenever it's sent my way. By the way, that's always a funny moment for me when I'm going, say I'm at airport security and I'm traveling and I have my hoodie on. And every once in a while, you'll have a place they'll say like, they'll take the hoodie off and put it through the belt or whatever. And I take the hoodie off. It's just the same thing underneath, like the t-shirt, exactly the same.
Yeah, that was me today. And I don't care. Owned it.
I love
absolutely.
it.
A little
I love
excited.
it so much. So cute. So cute. I think it looks like a lot of people might want your shirt.
Oh, look, my sister is in here.
Is this your
Hi,
sister?
Lisa.
Oh, so
Oh, she's
cute.
the sweetest.
Hi, sister.
Oh, we have a
Oh, and we have a kid. Emmett, come say hi. Here's one of my children. Say hi, Emmett.
Hi, Emmett.
Hi, Emmett.
He
You're
just got
you
home
know
from
that you're famous now, right? You're in a book.
You're in a book. Cool.
He's like, cool. I'm a boy mom. I can totally relate to that. I love it. I love it. Well, Nick, we are so excited for you, and we cannot wait for people to get their hands on this book. I do recommend that you set up a camera or get your husband to record you opening
I will.
it. You decide not to share. It is the most special moment to see your book. Even when I wrote the second book, I still had a similar feeling opening it for the first time. So definitely do share that out. And we can't wait to get our hands on it. And if you are out there and you've not purchased the book, the link is above or below this video, no matter where you're watching. And you should grab one. And when it comes in, you better be recording yourself or taking a selfie and sharing it out with us. We want to hear what you think about the book too and what resonates with you. There are so many. Sorry, I'm taking over, Dave. So many great nuggets in this book. So I had the honor of one of my awesome roles at DVC Inc. is to make the promotional items for each of the books. And I kept telling Dave, like, I've just been going through so much stuff in life. Like, I feel like this whole entire year. And
add the spider bite.
And yeah, spider bite this weekend. Like, what is happening? I think the world is trying to take me out, but I'm still here. But as I was making the quotes for this book, not only were the colors just so beautiful and vibrant, but these quotes resonated with me like on a therapeutic level. At one point, I sent Dave some graphics and I'm like, I'm literally crying because these quotes, I've not even read this piece of the book. Like, I'm just making the graphics and it's like therapy to me. So I can relate to Tracy reading the table of contents and being like, okay, I feel good now. So you need to pick up this book. I mean, it doesn't matter what you're going through. I think there are so many great nuggets that Annick has put in here and it just resonates. It doesn't matter what you're going through. If you're living and you have a heartbeat, you're probably going to love it.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Hey, so a couple things. One, the book it's up on Amazon right now. And if you are in Canada, it's up on the Amazon, the Canadian Amazon, right? And you can buy it on the US Amazon. It will eventually be up on Barnes & Noble soon, but right now you can get it on either one of the Amazons. And the hashtag, when you're sharing on social media, the hashtag is just phenomenal. So teacher is separate. So it's phenomenal teacher, but the hashtag is phenomenal. Okay. And so we would love if you'd use the hashtag. That always helps us kind of organize those tweets. And Annick, if people are trying to connect with you and share with you, where are the best places to connect with you?
So easy. My Twitter or X and Instagram are the same at Annick Rauch. And my website is annickrauch.ca because I'm a proud Canadian.
Okay, awesome. And so make sure you tag Annick, tag us, as we would love to be tagged as well if you get the book, and share your thoughts. And we are so excited for you to read this book. We know it's filled with so many practical strategies that it's the kind of book which you're going to just read a chapter and you're going to be using the stuff the next day, using it that week. And that's the books that actually get used and implemented. Those are the ones we love the most. And this is certainly an example of that. And you're going to have your heartstrings pulled at the same time. Lots of cool pictures in there too.
Yeah. You want to see how big I was with twins? You'll see.
It's rather, it's rather impressive.
It's rather
wild.
The things we live through, it's amazing.
Mom.
Well, one last thing before we head out is we were trying to really lock in on the subtitle of this. And a lot of the subtitles we were looking at had things about excelling at work and at home and work, and was kind of emphasizing those two things. And really what we wanted to make sure was understood, and Annick did a great job of this in the book, is that this is not just about being great at home and great at work. You don't have to be consumed by your role as a teacher and consumed by your role as a mom. But outside of those roles, you still can live a fulfilling life and pursue additional dreams that you want to do, like Annick with running and fitness and all these different things that she does, blogging, writing, all this stuff can go along with these other things. So you can excel not just in those two roles, but you can also pursue dreams too. And so that's a big part of this book.
And as a matter of fact, when you do pursue those personal dreams, the bonus is that it'll make you a better mom and a better teacher. So
love that. Yep.
Okay.
Well, we could not be more excited for you to read Phenomenal Teacher. Annick, we are very proud to have you in the DBC Inc. Books family, and congratulations on the release of your project.
I am so grateful. Thank you for taking a chance on me and letting me share my heart and soul with the world. I am so excited.
Thanks. Hey, everyone, thank you so much for watching tonight. We really appreciate you spending a little bit of your Thursday with us to help
my
us
mom's in
celebrate.
here.
Who is this?
My mom.
Oh my
Aww.
gosh. Hello. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining us.
So sweet.
Okay, now we gotta go because I'm gonna cry.
Oh, she's proud of her baby. She should be. This is an amazing book. Thank you for raising such a beautiful child.
I'm kind of hoping there might be some tears on Saturday when you open the package.
Yeah.
There will be. I'm a big puddle.
Yeah.
It's okay. That's perfect. That's how you should feel.
I think I've seen Mom in maybe inside of this book.
Mom is inside the book.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much to all of you for joining us. And we love that you spend a little bit of time with us on Thursday, and especially when it's a big celebration like this. And so let us know when you get the book. And Annick, one more time, congratulations. And thanks, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Happy book birthday.
Thank you.